Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Valeria, there was a prince named Adrian. The kingdom was known for its breathtaking castles, lush green forests, and golden fields that stretched beyond the horizon. Prince Adrian, the only child of King Edmund and Queen Isabella, was a young man of great promise, destined to rule over a prosperous and peaceful realm. He was beloved by his people for his kind nature and humility, though his royal parents, particularly his mother, were often concerned about his future as the heir to the throne. While other princes his age focused on sword fighting, politics, and securing powerful alliances through marriage, Prince Adrian was different. He was curious about the world beyond the palace, the lives of the common people who lived in the bustling town below the castle. Unlike most royals, he was not interested in the grandeur of his birthright, but in the stories of everyday folk, their struggles, their joys, and their dreams. One sunny afternoon, as Adrian wandered through the marketplace, seeking to escape the palace's suffocating walls, he stumbled upon a small bakery. The sweet scent of freshly baked bread filled the air, and his stomach rumbled in hunger. He pushed open the wooden door and entered, greeted by the warmth of the oven. Behind the counter was a young woman, her cheeks flushed from the heat, her brown hair pulled into a simple bun. She was Lily, the daughter of a humble baker, a girl whose life was far removed from the royal family. Her hands were flour-dusted, and her clothes were plain, but there was something striking about her, a warmth in her smile, a spark in her eyes that made Adrian's heart flutter in a way he had never experienced before. "Good afternoon," Adrian said, his voice a mix of shyness and intrigue. Lily looked up from her work, surprised to see the prince standing before her. "Good afternoon, Your Highness," she said with a curtsy, though her eyes seemed to hold no fear, only curiosity. "Please, there's no need for such formality," Adrian said, smiling gently. "I'm just another person like you. Tell me, what's the name of this delicious bread you're baking?" "It's honey oat bread," Lily replied, her cheeks flushing at the compliment. "Would you like to try a loaf?" "I would love to," Adrian said, handing over a few coins for the bread. "Thank you." As he took the bread, their hands brushed for a brief moment, and a spark of electricity shot through Adrian's chest. There was something about this girl, something he could not quite explain. He found himself returning to the bakery almost every day, each time finding new reasons to talk to Lily. They spoke of everything: the kingdom, the town, the beauty of the world, and dreams of a future that seemed so far beyond their reach. But in their conversations, they both found something that neither had expected: a connection. For the first time, Adrian felt understood, seen for who he truly was, not as a prince, but as a young man with dreams, doubts, and a longing for something real. Lily, in turn, found herself enchanted by Adrian's kind heart and his genuine interest in her life. She had never known a royal who cared for anyone beyond their own circle, but Adrian was different. He listened, he cared, and soon their feelings for each other grew stronger. But love, as they both soon realized, was not without its challenges. It was not long before Adrian's parents noticed his frequent visits to the bakery. King Edmund, a stern and proud man, had always insisted that his son marry a noble woman from a powerful family to strengthen the kingdom's alliances. Queen Isabella, ever the perfectionist, dreamed of a royal wedding with all the splendor of court life. The idea of Adrian falling for a common girl, someone far beneath his station, was unfathomable to them both. One evening, as Adrian sat in the royal study, his mother entered with a concerned expression on her face. "Adrian," she began, her voice laced with worry, "I've been hearing rumors. You've been visiting that bakery, spending time with that girl. Lily, was it? Adrian looked up, surprised by the sharpness in her tone. Yes, mother. She's kind and wise. She's just a serving girl, Queen Isabella interrupted, her face flushed with irritation. You are the heir to the throne, Adrian. You cannot be wasting your time with someone so beneath you. She is not fit for a prince. Adrian's heart sank. Mother, you don't understand. She's not just a servant. She has dreams, a heart that's full of life. I care for her. The Queen's eyes narrowed, her voice cold. You care for her? Adrian, this is nonsense. A prince does not marry a baker's daughter. Do you think the people will respect you if you marry someone with no title, no lineage? It's time for you to think of your duty, not your foolish emotions. Adrian stood up, his hands trembling with anger and frustration. It's not foolish, Mother. Love is never foolish. I will not marry for power or titles. I want to marry for love, for the person who truly understands me. The Queen was taken aback by his defiance, but her tone remained firm. If you marry her, you will be turning your back on your future, on your legacy, on the very throne you are meant to inherit. Your father and I will not allow it. Adrian's chest tightened. He knew his parents would not easily bend. Yet, deep inside, he could not imagine a life without Lily. The thought of choosing duty over love felt impossible. Days passed, and Adrian found himself torn between his love for Lily and his duty to the throne. His father, too, spoke to him about the importance of alliances, of power, and of maintaining the kingdom's strength. You are the prince, Adrian. You must marry someone who will help secure our future, King Edmund said. But all Adrian could think of was Lily's smile, her warmth, and the way her presence made him feel alive in a way no royal title ever could. Finally, Adrian made up his mind. He could not live a life of royalty if it meant sacrificing his heart. He would leave the palace, renounce his royal duties, and be with Lily. He couldn't bear the thought of never seeing her again, of living a life of pretense and obligation when his heart belonged elsewhere. With a heavy heart, he went to Lily's bakery one last time. His hands trembled as he knocked on the door. When Lily opened it, she saw the sadness in his eyes. "Adrian?" she asked, her voice full of concern. "I can't stay here anymore," Adrian said, his voice thick with emotion. "I have to follow my heart. I want to be with you, Lily. I don't care about titles or power. All I care about is you." Tears welled in Lily's eyes. "But you're a prince, Adrian. You can't just give that up for me. What will your parents say? What will the kingdom say?" "I don't care what they say," Adrian replied fiercely. "I don't want to be a prince without you by my side. I choose you, Lily. I choose love." Lily hesitated, her heart torn. "But your future, your destiny." "My destiny is with you," Adrian said, taking her hands in his. "I don't want to live a life I don't believe in. I want to live for something real." In that moment, Lily knew he was serious. She had never seen such determination in his eyes. With a soft smile, she nodded. "Then let's face the future together, whatever it may bring." Word of Adrian's decision spread quickly through the kingdom. The queen and king were furious, but Adrian stood firm. He refused to be swayed by their expectations. And soon, the people of Valeria began to see the truth in his heart. His decision to follow love rather than duty inspired many, and the kingdom grew to respect him not for his title, but for his courage to live authentically. Eventually, the queen and king, though initially resistant, came to see the love between Adrian and Lily. They saw how it changed their son, how he became more compassionate and empathetic as a ruler. and in time the kingdom flourished under their leadership, proving that love, true, pure love, was more powerful than any title, any kingdom, or any royal decree. Adrian and Lily were married in a simple, beautiful ceremony, surrounded by the people who had supported them. And though the royal court did not understand at first, the love they shared was undeniable, and the kingdom prospered, guided by a prince who had chosen his heart over the throne. And so, love won, and the kingdom of Valeria flourished under the reign of Prince Adrian and Princess Lily, two people whose hearts were stronger than any royal bloodline.